Tonight we're heading off to
Bonn, I think.
Bonn. We're in Bonn, but we're going to a four-piece dinner. I mean, four-piece concert. Four-piece group. Yeah. Concert dinner. Four-piece group. Don't know what pieces. We'll find out. He's a doggy. So, hey Beck, how's it pronounced? No, Redoute. Anyway, apparently this is where Beethoven used to practice. So Beethoven was born in Bonn and raised, and this is where he used to live and practice. So, hence why we're having a four-piece string quartet tonight. So this is a beer that you can only find in Bonn. It's called Kolsch. Initial flavour is very fruity, but after that it's very dry. Wouldn't be my choice.
It's my first beer in nearly 3 years.
And?
Give me a mellow.
So this is the garden out the back. Beethoven watching over it. And the wine that they're serving with dinner tonight is from Beethoven's mother's vineyard. I don't think she's still alive, but she must have had a vineyard.
We stand up there with him.
This is pretty big, pretty special, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's,
Who would ever have thought?
Jimmy, we're just about to have a...
This place wasn't where he lived full time. He did come here during summer apparently, and just to practice his music. But the building was built in the late 1700s, about the same time that Captain Cook discovered Australia. So one asks the question as to how come something like this can be built here in the 1700s, but there were no buildings like this when Captain Cook went to Australia. Just wondering.
Redoute was built in 1790 until 1792 by the last Emperor-elect Max Franz, youngest son of Marie Therese, Empress of Austria. Probably some of you have heard about one of his sisters, Marie Antoinette, the one who lost her head in the French Revolution, so you know a little bit about historic background. He built a building called La Redoute. La Redoute, the Italians named a circular stronghold in war a redoute, because in those days you prefer to build circular, so you need less material. So then later at the French royal court, a dance which was danced in circles was named after it, so they called it une redoute. And of course, at these days, the French royal court was probably the highest standard. Everybody was looking after it. And so, of course, in French, everything sounds much nicer than in most other languages. So instead of the quite harsh German word Ballhaus, they called it La Redoute. And of course, yeah, the emperor was Austrian, so the Austrians have a rich history in balls. So of course, what's more obvious for an Austrian here in the Rhineland to build a ball house? Pyramids were too big and was not his culture, so he insisted of building ball houses. So that's the origin of this building. So it's purpose built to have a good time, so we continue to do so tonight, hopefully, in this rich tradition. So twice a week there was a ball here, twice a week there was a concert here, and I brought this young gentleman and this golden boy, Ludwig van Beethoven. I have to admit, not to scale, a little bit smaller than the original one. But I brought him because Beethoven, of course, is vital for us, because this room is called Beethoven Ballroom. Not only because he was born and raised in Bonn, and therefore obviously you have to name such a beautiful room after him. No, it was his workplace. So when we had 4 times a week music here, Beethoven was with them, because Beethoven was part of the orchestra of the emperor-elect. So nowadays you probably have a Spotify account to listen to music whenever you want. In those days you didn't have internet, so you had to have your own orchestra, and Beethoven was part of it. So I hope you feel a little bit the spirit of Beethoven here tonight. Then later Beethoven met, then shortly after this building was finished, he met Joseph Haydn here. You probably saw the statue outside in the park to remember this. And then Haydn was so impressed by the talent of Beethoven that he asked him to come to Vienna to become his master student. Shortly after, the emperor-elect followed, because Napoleon was coming to the Rhineland, so he decided to leave. And then, of course, the building was undergoing a lot of different uses over the decades and over the years and the centuries. And luckily, it survived all the wars. Nothing damaged here. So after World War II, the German government decided to use it for all the public receptions and state receptions. You probably saw some of the photographs outside in the reception area in the hallway in the photo book. And then, for example, Princess Diana was here, the Queen was here twice. Yeah, she was sitting almost exactly on this spot, not on a stage, but almost on the same spot. You can also see with some of the pictures outside there as well. So it was used for various famous events and happenings taking place. Mr. Gorbachev was here, and all the others state visits, and so a lot of celebrities. And you perfectly fit into this room, so thank you for coming tonight. And nowadays we continue, of course, with mostly venues like yours or like other festivities. Although every here and then some celebrities also show up. Mr. Robbie Williams was here not so long ago, and other people as well. So just a little wrap up about the history for this point. So I told you Beethoven was playing in this room. The ones of you at least who tried the sparkling wine during the reception also had some Beethoven in their glasses, because it comes from a vineyard which is owned still by the family of Beethoven's mother. So you had Beethoven on the tongue already for the taste. You have Beethoven here in the room, and now we will continue with some Beethoven for your ears, because we will now listen to some Beethoven music. So I hand over to our musicians. Thank you for your attention. No longer bothering you. We'll now continue with our program. Thank you so much for coming.